I'm Brittany, this is John, and welcome to Gaywatch, where we watch gay things. Today is part 2 of the Modazushi Read With Me series. This is where we just kind of get together and chill for an hour. I'm going to read Modazushi. Every now and then I'm going to pop up with a comment, as I am wont to do. And you can read along with me, literally, or wherever you are in the book. But you don't have to. If you have something else that you're working on, you've got maybe some homework, some work, just some hobby. You can knit or crochet or draw or cook or clean or do chores or fold some laundry, just anything you want to bring to this little party. We're just sitting here and we are just vibing for an hour. If you don't have the time to just hang out and chill, or maybe you just want to see my comments and you don't really need to literally read along with me, that's totally fine. There will be timestamps in the description, and you can skip ahead to whenever I say something. We've got everybody taken care of in this series. So, I left off at the beginning of Aggression Part 1. So far it's reading exactly like The Untamed, but obviously that's going to change at some point. I'm reading the ever-popular Scanlations version of the translation, and it's all in one nice pretty package that was put together by a lovely follower of mine named Tilly. And the link to this particularly compiled version is down in the description box if you want to have it up and be reading along yourself. If you're wondering where the heck the first part of this series is, that was a live stream that happened a little bit ago, and that link will also be down in the description. Okay, that's it. Once again, I still have the cough going on, so there may be some coughing in this video. I apologize in advance. I have John, obviously, with the wine, but I also have Eddie here with some extra water so that I can hopefully cut down on that coughing for you guys. Quick correction, though. I am not at Aggression Part 1, apparently. I'm at Aggression Part 2. So we are at Chapter 4, not Chapter 3. My memory. So we're set. Go on about your business. I'll just be here reading. Right, her precious baby boy got turned into the Walking Dead, as he deserved. I remember this scene. Oh, we just have no left arm. Oops. Yeah, he did say he would cut off his hand. Now I've got that song from Chicago stuck in my head. Oh, what an idiot. This fool. Are you seeing this? I'm getting ready to write down a timestamp because I'm about to go on a little mini rant. This fool is like, oh, they must have told me to stay away from all of the flags that, fucking lure dead things. It was like, oh, because they were scared of people stealing valuable weapons. Sure. I'm ruling. I'm passing a ruling. This was death by stupidity. Let's just all be honest about that. I mean, this is what happens when you're a kleptomaniac in a world that has shit like cultivators and undead and, spiritual shit. Okay, so like the mom, the bitch, okay? She's obviously a bitch, but she's a bitch who has admittedly just lost her fucking 17-year-old son. So like that's rough, buddy. So we give her, or at least I give her a little bit of slack, but like in her case, like grief has just exaggerated her bitchiness and her short-sightedness and her myopic little worldview. That's just made everything worse, as opposed to, I don't know, improving her character. So she gets some slack, but she's still a bitch. Oh, their only child. Yeah. That happened fast. Oh no, Wei Wuxian is gonna have to hang around while whoever they called for help shows up. I hope he doesn't know Wuxian. That would be terrible. My best boy continues to be just the best and the most useful. We love that for him. Being dismembered was a classic example of a distressing death. I, you know, you're not wrong. You can't really argue with sentences like that. Are we entering? Are we getting the entrance? Is the entrance happening? Yes. Has to be. Has to be. Yes! Wang Ji has entered the chat! Wait, he's got a footnote. Wow. The accuracy of that fucking name is unbelievable. Also, hi Wang Ji! Welcome to this incredibly fucking long story. I love you. The eradication tone. Yes. I love that I'm gonna be getting names for all these fucking spells. Okay, you're really going to go with the massive fucking understatement of this was one of the people who had fought with him before, so he should retreat quickly. You're so burying the lead, Wushan. Hang on, let me finish the paragraph. Apple! Yeah, what a fucking. What if. One of the people who fought with him, just leaving it so neutral. I can't. I fucking can't. I'm both mad at Wushan and fucking MXTX. I can't. Ooh, new arc. New arc, and we found Apple. Thank you. Aw, the art. Let's see. Wait. Okay, the sword. Like, it's that the sword was probably collected by the leader of a prominent clan and would have hanged on a wall as a trophy that they could show other people. It is indeed doing exactly that, and it is on the exact wall that I think it is. Right? Right? God, I don't know what to do about spoilers. Because for people who are, if they're like just reading this for the first time, I'm going to stay away from specific spoilers. But if any vague things come through, I apologize. So I'll just leave my comment there that I'm pretty sure that was some fucking foreshadowing, I believe. Okay. Okay, hang on. First of all, I love that Wushan gets a kick out of it, out of so many years passing, and they still can't get Wushan's name out of their mouths. I love that he loves that. But I also love this Shakespeare reference because saying this was the so called Much Ado About Way, because that's the name of one of Shakespeare's plays, is Much Ado About Nothing, and it's a comedy, and that's kind of like the whole thing, is that there's all of this kerfuffle and gossip and drama that comes up out of like fucking nothing. And if that isn't an A plus accurate Shakespeare reference in relation to Wei Wuxian, I don't know what the fuck is. And I always love a good Shakespeare reference. I had to fucking point that out. My day is made. Oh, wow. So good. Wait, so in the Untamed, in the show, Apple Girl and Crazy Girl were the same girl. Are they two different girls in the book? That's the vibe I'm getting, unless they're about to establish that it's the same girl and I just haven't gotten there yet. But it seems like it's two different girls in this. Ooh, Chung has entered the fucking chat. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, all right. So we are stopping here at chapter 7 for today. We are still firmly in the territory of the first two episodes, and things are still pretty damn accurate. I mean, the show was still pretty damn accurate. Like, they seem to follow this fairly closely, so that's gonna make when they choose to break from that. I'm really curious to see when exactly they break from that. That'll be an interesting creative decision to me when you're adapting something this fucking long, when exactly they decide to cut something or change something significant. Like, as a writer, I'm so fucking curious about the adaptation part of this project. And so I'm super excited to finally get where we break from the book. Also because, I want to see all the extra bits, and which have to be substantial, that we didn't get to see in the show just by virtue of the show being a show and not having as much time as 500 fucking K, right? And of course the uncensored aspects are great as well, getting to see what the author really wanted to do and really wanted to make this world, as opposed to in a show where it had to be much more censored. Several different types of things, not just the violence, but also obviously the sexual aspects, and just, I'm sure, a whole bunch of other things that don't fall into either of those categories. That is it for this episode. I will be back next week to keep reading. Please let me know in the comments down below what your project was for this hour, what you wound up doing. Did you read along? Did you fuck off and do something entirely different? Did you just lay down and zone out for an hour? Because that's valid as hell. Let me know what you did down in the comments, and I will see you next week for more MDZS. And please remember to take care of yourself.